It's a tale as old as time. Minecraft. It's a game you've loved and grown up with for years and years. Maybe you used to play together with your friends in the good old Xbox 360 days.
Oh shit!
Or maybe you used to express yourself and build in creative mode or screw around with commands. Maybe you used to try to play survival mode, but then give up after you got iron armor because at that point, basically nothing was going to kill you anyway. And there was just no point. And that person was me. So, I decided to give back to the game, so to speak. For all the years of fun times and bliss it provided me, I'd see if I could complete a playthrough just as the game intended. And hopefully, I'd never again have to admit that I've never beaten Minecraft. So immediately I spawn into one of the most remote and empty spawns I've ever seen in my life. The edge of a desert next to nothing but ocean with not a tree in sight. I scale the surrounding dunes to get up to a higher vantage point and get a better look at my surroundings. I collect sticks from dead bushes because I have nothing better to do and then head off in a random direction, eager to see what this deserted land has for me. I discover an outpost in the distance, and ever bold, I begin my approach. I loot the wood, wheat, and weapon ammo that I can before making a crafting table and beginning to equip myself. I then harvest the support beams of the tower before baking some bread to prepare to make my grand escape. I then slay the foul fiend that dares to hunt me down. I then come across a structure I've literally never seen before and investigate. Only problem is I don't find anything there. And then after swimming through an ocean and wandering around for multiple minutes, I somehow happen upon spawn again. With night fast approaching and my hunger and resources depleted, I happen upon a lonely tree growing by a river in the desert. I then brutally slaughter a fish with my bare hands to give myself that little burst of energy to make it to that tree. I pick an apple hanging from a branch and eat it, grateful for any form of sustenance that this cruel world can provide me. And after chopping the tree down, I then wander the dangerous, darkened desert of the night. I then fend off the foul beasts of the night before I feast on their flesh to survive. In my aimless wandering, I discover an azalea tree, but before I get the chance to dig down and escape to the safety of the lush caves, I get overwhelmed by monsters and retreat to the ocean. Once the coast is clear, I return to the tree, harvest its logs, and begin digging down. The lush cave was honestly a great find because it provides me easy access to food in the form of glowberries, protection from monsters because of how bright it is, making them less likely to spawn, and being a cave, it provides me easy access to a lot of ores as well. With the stone I got from digging down, I make a furnace and upgrade my tools from wood to stone. You ready to hear me speak the worst thing you've ever heard spoken in your life? Call me wrinkly clothing because I need myself some iron. I make some charcoal, and then I proceed to cook up the most 5 Michelin star gourmet iron ingots you've ever had in your life. And then I go ahead and make myself a nice iron pickaxe. I tower up and go mine that gold I found earlier. I find an axolotl and decide that they're now contractually, legally obligated to be my friend forever. Also, I made a shoe. I light up some torches and begin my exploration of this foliage-rich cavern. I didn't find any coal, so I had to resort to making more charcoal, and then I smelted up the other ores that I'd collected. After resupplying on torches, I leave the safety of the lush caves and go to explore the deep, dark, regular cave! And well now, would you look at that? That has me positively gobsmacked. I find a bunch of fish corpses for some reason, and an Enderman. And then I'm just sat there minding my own business, and then this fucking green motherfucker just walks up to me and decides he wants to spontaneously combust for no fucking reason. Like, what an asshole. I then find this, like, other green dude, but he's pretty chill. He came up to me and fucking critted me out with his axe. What an asshole. Ow! I then anger an Enderman before creating a water pool of safety that I can safely attack him from. Yes, let's go. He dropped a pearl. Yeah, I then go to recover my very absolute best friend who definitely doesn't hate me and who I definitely treat very well and definitely didn't just try to escape right there. With a successful haul of iron, gold, and diamond, I begin digging my way out of the cave, only to discover once I reach the surface that I'm in a mesa biome now. After chopping a tree, I armor up. I see an Enderman and go in for the kill. And then he just kind of runs away and never comes back. So at this point, night was approaching fast and I'd already depleted my food supply. It didn't seem like any animals besides rabbits would spawn in the desert. I was hoping that maybe I'd have better luck finding animals on top of that hill with the dirt and trees. But there was nothing up there either. So, with about half my health and hunger depleted, I barricaded myself in for the night. I bake and eat a potato that dropped previously from a zombie, and then fend off a few more zombies before I eat the remains. With my health and hunger replenished, I set off once again into the night. Like fucking voiceover, so stupid, dude. And I'm relieved to finally see the sun rising above the horizon as I fend off this guy with zombrosis and this other guy with spidrosis. As I carefully tread along the cliffside, I see an exposed mine shaft, which can only be found in the mesa. Only to be disappointed once I approach and realize there's like nothing there. What happened here? Why is it so small? So sadly, I must leave the worthless structure behind and continue wandering the Mesa Mountains in search for food. Luckily, I managed to find a river so I can feed on some fish. Illuminated in the night, I managed to find a lava pool right next to a desert well. Well, that's just great. I construct a portal and, realizing I don't have any flint, try to ignite it with moss, cactus, and wood, but they don't seem to be catching. So I run to the nearby river and quickly grab some gravel from the bottom. I get some flint and ladder up. And now it's time for me to go to hell before I die. Oh, wait, I'm fine. The nether spawn was okay. I mean, there's no fortress, but at least I'm not stuck in a cave somewhere or in a basalt delta. I get brutally attacked by a ghast before I try to hunt a hoglin for their precious pork chops. I find some piglins, and let's just say they seem pretty excited about these gold ingots. I got ambushed by some hoglins, and this happened. Well, that was terrifying. I mine up some nether gold ore to make some more gold ingots. I carefully bridge over a terrifying gap. And then I try and get a ghast to shoot at a zombified piglin. But I guess he doesn't really care, apparently. Also, I get into a bit of a sticky situation with these skeletronios. I finally come across some more piglins and decide it's just about time to pop my CO-powered water! I managed to get some fancy schmancy looking arrows and I get some of the nether wood because clearly I can't seem to find very much of that in the overworld. And I take my leave, sadly not having found a fortress. I'm suffocating! Oh, and I'm fine. Upon leaving the nether, I notice another surface mine shaft and go to check it out. In which, I hear some bones rattling and come across a spawner, but without a shield or food to my name, I decide it's too dangerous and dip. I decide to explore a different section of the mine shaft and find a little water cave and mine the gold from it. And then I immediately change my mind about the spawner and go back for round 2! Oh, dude, 2 pieces of wheat and 4 beetroot seeds? Dude, I am so lucky. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and you won't believe this. 3 pumpkin seeds! No way! But sadly, it seems my luck has come to an end. This chest only has 3 iron ingots and a golden apple. I mean, I guess it does have 4 melon seeds, so it's not all bad at least. With the iron I got from mining, I'm able to make a brand new spiffy iron pickaxe and a brand new shield as well. I find this huge open cave, and not trusting my MLG water skills, I decide to pour the water down first and then ride it down. Then this happens. And so in my complete rage over the death of my best friend, I murdered a child. And then the fucking entire United States military worth of zombies starts coming after me. Eventually, I find my way out of the cave and make my way back home, hunting some fish along the way before I get into a deadly shootout with a skeleton. I smelted up my multiple tons of gold. If you didn't know, the Mesa biome actually has an extremely high generation rate of gold ore, so that's how I was able to get so much of it. And then I proceed to get hit with the fucking phantom jump scare. This is actually a good thing though, because I do actually want to use their membranes that they drop for something. You can actually make slow falling potions with phantom membranes, and that will come in very handy for the fight with Gene. Who's Gene? I mean, if you're a fan of Minecraft, you gotta know who Gene is. After fending off the phantoms from my little settlement, I head back to the Nether to continue to barter! Hey, first person to name what game that's from in the comments, and I'll pin it.
And don't do it if you already know me personally, Onyx.
Look, I hit this gassed fireball sideways. And so it was this lucky piglin that I chose to bless with my bank vault worth of gold bars. Bro must have thought I was Mr. Beast. Now, there's two other things besides ender pearls that I was looking to get here. One is fire resistance potions, which will come in extremely handy when fighting Blaze. And second is obsidian, because my plan was to build multiple nether portals very far apart in the overworld to help me locate a nether fortress more safely instead of having to traverse the more dangerous nether. Technically, I wouldn't be covering as much ground this way because I know you travel much faster in the nether than you do in the overworld, but being in hardcore mode, I decided to play it safe. And I figured it'd be more convenient if I could just find the fortress relatively close to one of my nether portals instead of having to travel far in the nether to get there every time. And so I see his fancy assortment of items he's been leaving for me, and I go down and pick them up, and lo and behold... Nice. Still not as good as the pumpkin seeds, though. Also, I see that my man equipped some drip. Also, look at this. Why did that happen? I only realized this when watching this back now, but my gold just despawned. What the fuck? I was sat there thinking it was a visual bug. Like, for some reason, it didn't even cross my mind that your items can despawn. And so, I leave the nether with 12 ender pearls, 3 fire resistance potions, and a couple blocks of obsidian to my name. Fucking Husk activates sprint mode. I make a bed and sleep the night. I spent a little bit more time searching through the mine shaft and came across another chest. Nothing really good in it though. At least not for our purposes. With my gold lost to a piglin and despawning mechanics, I get some more. I guess I missed it in editing, but with the diamonds I had, I decided to make a pickaxe. This is so I could turn the lava pool into obsidian and then mine it to commence my many nether portal plan. After that's all said and done, our only real next move is to look for a fortress. Having ran out of the wood I grabbed from the nether, I collect some more from the exposed mine shaft. I build a boat and come sail away. That's stupid. It's a good song though. Really, my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Really, my main goal is to just cover as much distance as possible. This is so that when we go to the nether, we don't end up near the old portal and we're in a new spot with a new chance to find a fortress. The land is short-lived as I reunite with the ocean and get attacked by a pufferfish. Hey, ouch! And you're not gonna believe this. After I mount the mound of mycelium, I test my luck with my second nether portal. If I was lucky enough to find this place, maybe it's a sign. Maybe we'll be lucky again and be right near a fortress. I climb to the top of a fungus and turn up my render distance to see if I can spot a fortress in the distance. However, I have no such luck and I leave. I continue setting sail and come across a shipwreck. Before I can really get the chance to loot anything, I realize it's getting dark, and I build a little island to put my bed on, only to realize I left my bed back wherever the hell I left it before. So I return to the safety of the mushroom biome where no enemies spawn, and go back to the nether to get some more wood. Realizing my shrinking food supply, I collect some mushrooms to cook me up some stew. I don't remember why, but I guess I came to the conclusion that I needed more iron, and I tried to smelt my iron pickaxe. And I knew that you could do that. What I didn't know is that you don't get a full bar for doing that, you just get a nugget. I mean, it's fine though, I still have the diamond pickaxe, so I just thought it was funny. Now that it's daytime once again, I set sail. I return to the shipwreck and pilfer what I can, before once again returning to the sea. And then I just like completely missed this shipwreck. I just didn't see that, I guess. I reach land once again and begin trekking through the desert just as I was at the beginning of it all. I find the two original Minecraft flowers just sitting like really close to each other for some reason. I thought that was interesting. Found another desert well. Completely passed by an entire fucking village. And then I find another lava pool and decide it looks like a good spot to box myself in for the night, and I'll keep journeying on in the morning. With daytime upon me, I decided I may as well try and make a portal in the lava pool, as it doesn't waste any of my obsidian, so there was really no reason not to. Spawn was pretty terrible though. It was pretty much disconnected from anything else, and I just didn't bother. So in my endless wandering, I eventually managed to come across a village. I was very excited, as you could tell. I spoke to a humble citizen of the village, saw that he wanted wheat, so I harvested the nearby hay bales and sold it to him, and then I proceeded to sell all those emeralds at a bread loss. I would have had more bread if I just crafted the wheat into bread instead of doing it this way. But hey, at least I leveled my man up, right? I made a fletching table so I could do some inevitable exploiting of the villager economy. And then I found a camel, and oh my god, he's so cute, I love him so much.
Way better than that fucking axolotl. I don't even think he liked me.
And you know, I figured since I found a village, I may as well go all the way, right? So I grinded villager trades for a while. How many hours is that? I mean, hey, it was all in the name of making sure that I was basically unkillable. Flashing lights warning. You're currently seeing however many hours of footage that just was, sped up by 16 times, by 16 times, by 16 times, and I think I did that one more time, so 4 times. Maybe it was 3. But at, like, multiple hours, you are now seeing within, like, a minute or so. Well, I ain't winning any awards for the fastest Minecraft playthrough now, am I? And after my time spent in the village, I came out with a full set of diamond armor, enchanted, and an enchanted set of diamond tools as well. Now, they're not like optimized or anything. Most of these items only have 1, maybe 2 enchantments on them. And I just took whatever the villagers sold me. I wasn't trying to get anything in particular. I just knew I wanted at least full diamond. The helmet has projectile protection 2 on it. The chestplate has projectile protection 3 on it. Pants have protection 2 on them. And the boots have unbreaking 2 on them. And the sword has some level of sharpness, 1 or 2 or 3, I don't remember. And I also got another sword that's iron, but has fire aspects, so it's good for getting food. And if you're wondering how I got those 2 golden apples that you're seeing in this chest, there's actually a mine shaft underground underneath the village, and that's where I found them. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I got a bow too from my Fletcher, power 2 and punch 1, and I also got a bunch of arrows from him as well. So, finally ready, I gather all of my important items and begin my quest for another fortress. I didn't show it because I figured it wasn't that entertaining or that important, but during that entire montage, I was doing my thing of like placing portals, and it was only until now that this one actually got us somewhere and finally took us to the fortress. I scaled the wall of the ancient demonic structure, preparing to face the most vile of beasts I could imagine.
I rained a hailstorm of arrows upon the devilish denizens of the fiery fortress, and then I sliced them to their grave. I see the spawner room up ahead and indulge myself in the protection of a fire resistance potion before chopping those fiery fuckfaces down one by one. Jean is going to perish at the hands of my blade, and you're not going to stop me.
And after my bout with the blazes was all said and done, I returned to the overworld to prepare. Well, we've had quite the journey, haven't we? That's exactly why I think it's just about time we get out of here, make some ender eyes, and go ahead and find that stronghold. I also make a brewing stand to brew those slow-falling posts so away we need another wort.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, and we need redstone too to make the potion last longer. So I brew myself up some potions, craft up an eye, throw it, and start heading on my way. And it seems to all come full circle as I reunite with a gang of pillagers, probably here for revenge for all the items I stole from them originally. I follow the eye wherever it leads me, and eventually it takes me down into the depths. And from this point forward, it took me an unbearably long amount of time to find this fucking stronghold. And there's one simple reason for why. Somehow I had passed the stronghold on the way down, and I actually ended up below it in terms of height. I was below the stronghold. And when you throw the eye and it goes down, that doesn't actually mean that the stronghold's below you. It just means that the stronghold is located in the same vertical, like column that you're occupying right now. So I would be throwing it and seeing it go down, and I would keep digging down and hitting bedrock when really I had to go up. It's fucking stupid. So eventually I realized to dig up and finally come across the stronghold. Takes me a little bit of time to actually find the portal room. But eventually I get there, and even though I had a surplus of Eyes of Ender before, I used so many of them trying to find the fucking thing underground that even though there was already 2 in the portal, I didn't have enough. It's not so bad though, because I still have blaze powder, I just need more ender pearls. So I dig my way out of there and prepare to do some
Good old Enderman hunting on the surface.
First, I find a slender sand behind this creeper and this skeleton. I find another Enderman in the distance, but sadly he doesn't drop a pearl. I go and take the one that I got and turn it into an Eye of Ender and put it in the portal, and then wait for the next night to come for another chance. And then in the meantime, I practice parkour for literally no reason. I find another Ender Michael, but sadly he doesn't drop any pearls either. And then, just as the night starts fading, another one spawns, and, well,
It's time!
And there's the story of why I've never beaten Minecraft.